Hello everyone. Today I'm going to introduce you all to my college junior, Mehak Basi. She is a noted author and she published her first novel at the age of 19, which is known as Chain, and thereafter she has created a buzz on the internet with her short story series Arranged. Welcome Mehak.
Thank you so much for having me here, Helene.
So Mehak, tell us something about yourself.
Helene, as you know, this year I'm graduating from computer engineering, and as she already told you that I published my first book at the age of 19, and I also have a website where I regularly publish articles, short stories, and along with that I'm currently working on a fiction novel with the co-author Subhashish Das.
So Mehak, we would like to know what motivates you to write the novels.
Since I'm into writing since a very young age, I was writing in school magazines, I was contributing to school newsletters, I was writing articles, short stories, so a book just came along with it. I did not plan a novel, it just happened. So that is the story behind how I started writing.
Now we would like to ask you, like after the success of your first novel, were there any changes around you? Was there any peer pressure, or were you taken up as a celebrity? How were people around you behaving?
There were changes from both aspects, positive as well as negative. Of course, negative changes come along with the positive ones. So, positive changes, first of all, I'd like to discuss them. My parents were very happy, my friends were very happy, and the people who love me, who care for me, everyone was very happy. So, that is something obvious. Parents are always happy no matter what you do. So, after that, my juniors, they look up to me for motivation, for even for my siblings and my brothers and sisters. I'm a celebrity because I've done something out of the box. They were very happy about it. So of course positive changes were there. My teachers were happy, and anybody who just came to know about me, everyone was congratulating me. So positive changes obviously motivated me to work in future and to work hard.
What about the negative ones?
I won't exactly say that the negative changes were bad, because too much appreciation is also bad, and we need criticism to keep our feet on the ground, first of all, and secondly to help ourselves improve. So negative changes help me do that, but sometimes a baseless criticism follows. The person who is judging you, he knows nothing about you, and he just starts spreading rumors about you. This happened with me in my college. So people thought that since I've written a book, so there's something wrong with me, or maybe I've changed, or maybe there's a lot of ego and attitude problem in me, which was not the case at all. Rather, those people were judging me who never even bothered to say hi to me. So that just tarnished my image in college. So I had to suffer a lot especially for the last 2 years of the college. So negativity is also bad, I'll say, because it just keeps on distracting you from what you actually have to do. You're just stuck in a whirlwind of criticism. Secondly, people think that since I've not published a book since 2013, so I've quit, which is not the case. For me, quality is more important than quantity. I don't want to publish 10 books in 1 year, and so that people throw them all in the trash. I want that every book should mean something, every book should be equally important, and quality-wise it should be good, no matter how much time it takes. So beginnings are always small. Publishing one book and becoming a national bestseller, it's something that happens either with the people who are 1 in a million, or with the people who plan it, or who pay for it. And there's a lot of scam involved, even in publishing industry. I don't want to disclose all that in this video, but you see, becoming a national bestseller on your own is very difficult. So that is something that I did not even expect with my first book, because I know that beginnings are always humble. So you should just focus on your work and keep on working, keep on writing, and just keep yourself focused in the right direction.
So how did you overcome all this criticism, and how did you stay focused and motivated enough to move forward?
I say overcoming criticism is very difficult, because half of the time people can't just understand what should they pay attention to and what should they ignore. So you should just ignore baseless criticism. The people who don't know anything about you, who don't know anything about writing, who are they to judge you? So just don't listen to them. But listen to the critics who are important. If someone is correcting you and you think that you should listen to him, do listen to him. So I'll say that overcoming negativity has only one solution, and that is ignoring the people who don't matter. Simple as that.
So ignorance is a bliss according to you.
Exactly. Ignorance is definitely a bliss.
So what career would you like to pursue? As an engineer or as a writer?
Making a career choice is difficult, I'll say. Writing is uncertain. I will never advise anyone to take up writing as a full-time career. We have authors who are national bestsellers and still they are working different jobs. So obviously engineering will be my first choice as a career, and writing I'll keep it as a hobby unless it starts giving me enough money to pay my bills.
So now we're going to talk about the writing myths like people have in their minds. I would like to ask you, we generally have this notion that if it is grammatically correct and it has got good vocabulary, it's good. What's your take on that?
Actually, honestly, no. Why? Because grammatically absolutely correct and using big words in vocabulary does not make a novel interesting. What makes it interesting is the plot, how the story progresses, and especially the climax. Climax is something that readers love, and if the climax is good, the story is ending on a good note, then obviously it's a good book. We can ignore some grammatical errors if the story is good. But if the story is not at all good and there are no grammatical errors, even then the reader will not get it. So it's definitely a myth that having no grammatical errors or using big words in vocabulary just gives you an upper edge to your novel.
Do you think reading a lot of novels make you a better writer?
I'll not completely agree with this statement, and I'll not disagree either, because reading does help. Reading helps you improve your vocabulary. Reading helps you know about what's going in the world, the trends that people are following. So of course reading helps you to a great extent, but if you read a lot and so that also somewhere influences your own writing style. So I'll say that originality is important. So reading a lot helps you to discover new things, but reading a lot and then copying that thing is bad. So of course, disagreement and agreement on the statement that reading a lot makes you better.
Last but not the least, the last question of today's interview is, what is your message to the budding writers?
Only one message, and I think I've given this message in every interview, whether it was a written one or a video one or an audio one, that please be original. Do not copy anyone's work. Do not copy anyone's writing style. Just focus on what you have in store. Your mind is the biggest library, remember that. And along with originality, what matters is your passion and dedication for it. Because the competition is very stiff. Getting published is a challenge. So don't think if you're not getting a good publisher, so you just quit writing. Don't do that. Be focused, be dedicated, determined, and just keep on doing your work without thinking what others are thinking about it. Judgment does not matter. What matters is what you do and how much you improved along with it, since you started. So that is what's important. So just be original. That's it. And one more thing, people think that since they have a manuscript prepared with them, so they're a writer. It's not the case. Writing a book and preparing a manuscript is only getting 5% of the task done. Rest 95% is publishing, getting it to the shelves, making the readers aware about it, and making them buy your book. Since the competition is so stiff and there are a lot of publishers and a lot of writers, so it becomes very difficult to make your book, outshine. So what's important is focusing on writing, but also focusing on publishing. Getting a good publisher, making your book reach the right audience, and focusing on the visibility of your book. So online, offline, both distributions are equally important.
Thank you, Mehek. On behalf of the entire team Read and Rise, I would like to thank you for joining with us today and giving us time. Secondly, I believe that we will be able to take your message forward and it will be an inspiration for all the upcoming authors. And lastly, we wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here.